St Giles Street was created as part of the development of Norwich following the Norman conquest. Originally called Nether Newport Street, the street was renamed St Giles Street at the end of the 19th century. It was a prosperous area with doctors and solicitors living and working here, and was known as the Harley Street of Norwich. We will go out of the city on the north side, returning on the south, covering the area in green, leaving Upper St Giles in yellow for a future video. Paolo's restaurant is on the site of the Raven pub and other buildings destroyed in the war. It was rebuilt as the Raven and renamed Refreshers from 1985 till 2009. Number 7 St Giles Street was built for the Norfolk Daily Standard newspaper around 1900. It's had a number of uses, including a wimpy bar and a tile shop. These are numbers 1 to 21 St Giles Street in 2023 compared with the view in 1962. Coming closer in we can see number 19, now an Oxfam shop, and in 1936 the initials on the awning appear to be MJA. The Futon Company is currently at number 23, but in 1961 it was the location of the Black Horse pub, which closed in 1970. Next door is Sunday's Gelato, and beyond that the St Giles car park, but these had been the site of the Hippodrome. This had opened as the Grand Opera House in 1903 and eventually closed in 1960, then being replaced by the car park in the mid-1960s. These are numbers 31 to 33 in 2023 and in 1936. Numbering on the street differed before the year 1900, with these being numbers 16 and 17. These are numbers 37 and 39 and are seen here back in 1936. Numbers 41 to 43 were originally insurance officers, then the Education and Treasurer's departments of the City Council, before becoming telephone house for the then GPO. In 2005 it was converted into a hotel. Next door, number 45 was originally a private residence before becoming the Education Department and then being incorporated within Telephone House and now part of the St Giles House Hotel. Number 47, seen here in 1988, was and is the home of the Norwich Masonic Centre and is also used as a venue for weddings and the like. This is number 49, dating from around 1800 and seen here in 1936 when it was occupied by post office telephones. If we look along the street from here we get a good view of St Giles Church, standing at the highest point within the city walls and with the tallest tower of any Norwich church. This is one of George Plunkett's earliest photos, dating from 1931. At number 53, Ellis Bookshop seems to have been here forever, but not in 1936, when the name above the door, though difficult to read, might be Mrs. Body. This is number 55 in 2023 and in 1961, and it's time now to take the return journey towards the city. We begin at the junction with Bethel Street, which in 1968 had this building on the current garden area. These are numbers 50 to 52 with Rigby's Court beyond and are seen here in 1936. And this is number 48 in 2023, which was the YMCA in 1936, an organisation which had been in Norwich since 1856, having previously been at number 14 St Giles Street above the Currier's Arms pub. This is the current view of number 46, which is seen here in 1936, and heading back towards the city centre, these are numbers 42 and 44, again with a comparison from 1936. This is number 38, now a bed and breakfast, but in 1900 it was the home of John Stacey, a surgeon who lived next door to Charles Muriel, another surgeon who lived at number 36 in 1900. Number 34 is the Norwich Citadel of the Salvation Army, Formerly Mortimer's Hotel until its closure in 1968 and seen here in 1969. These are numbers 28 to 32, the final buildings before City Hall replaced the rest of the street. This is the 1962 equivalent. This is number 28, Gladstone House, the former home of John Harvey, seen here in 1936. He was sheriff, mayor, and he revised horse racing on Mousehold and introduced shawl weaving to Norwich. Before City Hall was built, buildings continued along the side of the street which headed towards the left of the Guildhall, so would have appeared narrower at this point than it does today. Looking back, this is where number 22 would have been and what it looked like in 1936. You can see the edge of number 28 on the right hand side of this photo, and beyond that would have been numbers 14 to 26, seen here in 1934, and further along numbers 6 to 14 illustrate clearly the relative narrowness of the street compared to 2023. Looking back at City Hall, the corner of St Giles and St Peter Street would have been roughly where that sign is currently located and are seen here in this photo of 1934.